Hey, beautiful souls, beautiful sunshine here with your holistic healer, aka Sonia B. I am back with another prophetic message that I received this morning. For those of you who are new to my channel, excuse me, I want to say welcome. And for those of you who returned it back, I want to say welcome back. Keep in mind that these energies could be happening right now, or some of you could have already experienced this, is what I'm hearing as well too. As well as it could be happening a couple of weeks out, even to 6 months, maybe 9 months out. Just take it how it resonates. It just depends on your location on the planet. Okay? So anyway, for those of you who do not know, I'm an intuitive, clairvoyant, Hayoka empath who receives divine prophetic dream messages, as well as intuitive messages, through songs as well too. So I say all that to say divine spirit of light gives me messages through music as well too. Just lets me know what type of energy that the collective is experiencing or dealing with as well too. So anyway, with all that being said, let's get right into the message. So I actually received 4 messages last night. I received 4 messages last night, and I just want to say basically, excuse me, I just basically want to say that the first message is pertaining to, this message is for someone who actually is probably a little older in age, and I say that to say that, thank you, Spirit. I don't know if y'all heard that notification sound, but anyway, this message is for some who are a little older in age, and I say that to say, like, I have, like, my oldest son is about to be 30 this year, so I say all that to say, so maybe somebody who's around about my age or whatever the case may be, and yeah, somebody who's close to my age, and as well as not only that, but let's just say that they have a family of their own already. And I say that to say, you know, they have someone that they either stand with, either married to, significant other, partner, or whatever, however you want to take it. So anyway, this message is for you pertaining to your child. The message that I received was, it was as if like, it came in a form as if my son came to visit me, in other words, and like he came to just hang out with me, like his intentions were to come and stay and hang out with us. And on the other hand, it's like when he got here, I was about to order some pizza, and in the midst of me about to order some pizza, he was like, no, Ma, I got it. In other words, he was saying that he was going to take care or pay for the pizza or whatever, because that was like his treat or whatever. And then next thing you know, was like he came out of the pizza place, and then all of a sudden it's like his mind changed just that quick. And I say that to say he was in his car, because when he came down with no one but just himself, no kids, no partner or girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, you know, take it how it resonates, because I truly believe that this can happen both ways too, but I really believe it's the male archetype. But anyway, so he came down with just by himself, and his intentions was to hang out with myself and his other 2 siblings that, you know, still are at home. And again, he went into the pizza place to buy pizza, and I was gonna go and buy pizza. He was like, no, Ma, I'll take care of it. So, and he went and bought pizza, but when he came out of the pizza place, again, as I said before, just that quick, he changed his mind, and he ended up going home. But well, his daughter ended up in the back seat, so it lets me know that the reason why he was going home, because it had something to do with his child or whatever. So some of you may find yourself experiencing this situation with your kids, should I say, who are a little older in age, who do have kids, as well as a partner, girlfriend, however you want to take it, however it resonates. But in other words, their intentions are to come and spend time with you, but, you know, unfortunately, you know, kids take priority. So anyway, some of you may find yourself wanting to spend that time with them, but then they end up finding themselves going home, should I say, not you going home, but them going home to take care of their kids or whatever their responsibility for is their kids. So anyway, just keep that in mind. That's part of being a grandma, mima, glamma, whatever you want to call yourself, grandma, however you want to call it or whatever. My grandson calls me mima. But anyway, but so yeah, I say all that to say, just know that, you know, just put yourself in their shoes. In other words, like when you were raising your kids, you know, your kids took priority as well too. So now they're just doing the same thing. Even though I know that you guys, definitely want to spend some time with them. Okay, so anyway, that was the end of that message. Hold on one second, because I know pizza had a specific meaning too. It's not the first time I dreamed of pizza. Okay, so that makes sense. So what I'm reading here is, this was a dream. I Googled the meaning of pizza in a dream, and it says, and sounds about right. It says, when you dream about a pizza, it's possible, thank you, Spirit, it's possible you want to fulfill an ambition, but it will require you to divide the responsibilities and share it with others in order for it to come to fruition. So in other words, he was kind of dividing he felt compelled to try to divide his time with, his mom and his siblings, as well as, with, his kids as well too. But anyway, so take that in mind, and I truly believe that this is happening. No, my son did not come down, so that's not my story or whatever, unless he should come down later on. But anyway, but I say all that to say, and what I'm hearing Spirit say is, some of them are just, they're coming in a form of kind of spending time with you, but as well as kind of giving themselves a break from their home environment as well too, if that makes sense. Anyway, so let's move on to the next message. So the next message I received was, this was like, I dreamed that I was driving. I felt like I was driving, but I felt like I wasn't in a car. You know how in movies, how the scene moves, but you're just like standing still, but the scene is kind of moving? That's what it kind of felt like, because I don't think I was in a car. But I knew that somehow I was kind of somewhat like riding past it, but I don't remember being confined into a car. But anyway, with all that being said, I remember there was a carnival that I saw that was kind of like taking place. I don't remember seeing any people there, but I just, how sometimes they set up carnivals some places and they check the rides. Thank you, Spirit. They check the rides and make sure that they're still, make sure, testing everything to make sure that they're safe, and so on and so on. Well, this is kind of like what this carnival is doing. And when I saw this carnival as I was passing, I was like, oh, I remember that ride. I used to ride on that ride. I used to like that ride. And that was just pretty much what had happened, because when I saw the carnival, I kind of got a little excited, but then I was like, I'm not sure. But I say all that to say, I end up Googling what the meaning of a carnival. I knew carnivals would have something to do with just having fun or whatever. And I know sometimes for me, definitely being on this spiritual journey, it has kind of, I'm not going to say in all areas of my life, but there's so much stuff to intake that it kind of like, how can I say it? It kind of makes me feel like I don't want to be around other people, in a sense, like, especially allowing their energies to, allowing my energy or their energy to kind of like intertwine with mine, not purposely, but just having too many people too close to me. And it's almost like, one may sit up there and call it paranoia, but I'm not paranoid. I understand now how energy works again. So, but I say all that to say that, it's like on a daily basis when I'm leaving and going, and it's almost like I got to spiritually protect myself and put a shield around myself as well as my kids, even my grandkids, even though they're not here, and even though my oldest son and, those loved ones who are close to me, I have to put like shields of protection up around them as well too, just asking God to give them, traveling mercy and so on and so on. And but anyway, so with all that being said, let me tell you what the spiritual meaning of carnival was, because I know this is applying to some of you, and I know for me, I'll tell you in a minute. But anyway, it says, the symbolism of carnivals are full of colors, adventures, and plenty of other fun things to do. To dream of a carnival may relate the need of spending family time together. On the other end, the distractions, strangers, and sounds and sounds, pollutions of the carnival in a dream may depict terror in regards to real life situations. So for me, it's more so of the last part of the dream. Although I'm looking at it like, yeah, you know, it looks fun. It'd be nice that I could go to a carnival and have it all to myself. By all means, I'm all about that. But then there's that other piece of me that's like, because the first thing I said was, when I saw the carnival, I was like, oh, I remember that ride. I used to ride on that ride. And the next thing you know, I was like, no, because the first thing I thought was too many people, as I just said, too many people and, you know, exchanging energies around other people. I didn't want, you know, to deal with it. And I remember saying that in a dream. So I know that part definitely resonates with me. So for other people, you know, it could be a situation of some of you guys may need to have a little bit of fun, and then some of you are kind of like myself as well too. It's almost like where, you know, you just kind of want to keep your energy to yourself in a sense. But anyway, so that was it for that dream. So I don't know who need to hear those messages, but anyway. So this third dream was about, and I need you guys to bear with me with this one. Excuse me. This third dream took place at school. So, and thank you, Spirit. Okay. So I have this specific teacher that I had for when I was growing up in middle school. So she came last night as if she was like my teacher in a sense. So I just wanted to let you guys know, like, it's almost like you guys are, thank you, Spirit. It's almost like you guys are elevating to a different frequency or higher frequency, elevating, like an elevator going up. So I say that to say because she showed up in a dream, and it just came to me now. Like, she showed up in a dream, and she was my middle school teacher. And she was my middle school teacher. And for those of you who do not know, I told you guys that, you know, I had dyslexia, and I actually came out about that, you know, what was this, 2020 or 2019, whenever it was. So I just recently said something on my business website. I actually kind of have somewhat my story there too. So if you guys haven't read the story, or some may have read the story and some may have just heard it just on YouTube or whatever the case may be. But anyway, she was my middle school teacher, and she was like one of my favorite teachers that I ever had growing up, because she was almost like a mother figure, even though she wasn't too old in age, should I say, but she was very, let me just explain her character to you. She was very, thank you, Spirit. She was very hip. And if you guys are somewhere like around like your like 40, let me just say 45 or somewhere around 50, you guys understand and know what rider boots was, right? So this teacher, she used to always be decked out. I used to like her. She always had her hair nice. Thank you, Spirit. She always had her hair nice. She had the long back here, and she had it short around here. So that was her little cut, but it fit her well. And I say all that to say she used to always wear some rider boots. Like, rider boots were her thing. And I can't remember, did she have like different colors? But she was always decked out. And I remember when I saw her with her rider boots, I was like, oh, I want some of those boots. Like, and I had ended up getting some rider boots that year, I think for Christmas, when I saw her with the rider boots. I was like, I like those. So anyway, I say all that to say, so kudos to the rider boots. We all know we need to bring those back in style. Anyway, so she was very kind. She was like a friend, a teacher, a mom, a confidant. She was like a mentor, all of those in like one individual person. And I say all that to say I could talk to her. And she's like one of my favorite teachers. As a matter of fact, when I graduated from high school, I had reached out to her, and I didn't know whether she was still working in the middle school, but somebody had told me that she actually works in elementary school at that point, like way after, you know, I was getting ready to graduate from high school. But again, she taught me in middle school. So I say all that to say, and as a matter of fact, she was my teacher. She was my teacher. I want to say for 2 years in a row or whatever, she was my teacher. Anyway, so with all that being said, and I really liked her or whatever the case may be. So again, I reached out to her my high school year, and I found out that she was actually no longer working in middle school, but she was working in elementary school now. So I reached out to the school that someone told me that she was working at. I called her and I said, hey, I'm graduating. I would really be an honor if you came and, came to my graduation or whatever the case may be. And she came to my graduation. I didn't think she would come, but, she came and, she said kind things to me, and, she bought me a gift and so on and so on. And I was just, and I will always remember her. I tell my kids about her. I told my spouse about her. And, I will always, it would be nice to run into her again just to see where she's at or whatever, just in life in general. But, she would always be my favorite teacher. But anyway, even in spirit, like right now, that I absolutely have no idea. But I'm hearing somebody say, look her up. Anyway, and I'm just recording the message, but I'm kind of hearing somebody say that like way ahead of time. But anyway, with all that being said, so this is the type of person that this teacher is. It's almost like she guides you, again, as I said before, she's like a mom. She'd be like a sister, a aunt, or, somebody that you can really, somebody you really need to talk to. She's going to give you good advice or whatever the case may be. And, it's almost like but spirits around me too, also too, like she's a no nonsense, like, now didn't I just tell you don't do that? But it don't come off as, it don't come off like that, but it was like, now didn't we just talk about don't do that? So I say all that to say, so she's firm, she's loving, she's caring, she's kind, she's all those things combined in one. But anyway, I say all that to say, she showed up as my teacher, and that's just letting me know that some of you guys are evolving to a level, should I say. And I say that to say because her showing up for middle school, her being my teacher for middle school is just kind of let me know. And I say all that to say, if you guys can understand and just kind of bear with me, going on this spiritual journey is like different levels. It's different levels to what you deal with on this journey. So anyway, with all that being said, so I showed up as if it was school time, and I was looking for my locker. And I was like, where's my locker? And I went to one locker at first, and I was like, this is not my locker. Then I realized that there was paper over top of lockers, and I guess it had some information on it. So the first locker I went to, I realized it wasn't my locker. And then I went to another locker, and then I realized it was my locker. And the reason why I realized it was my locker is because it had my name on it. My name was spelled out on the locker. Only thing that was different was somebody in the dream, it showed up as Sonia, and I spelled my name Sonya. So the first thing I thought to myself is somebody misspelled it. And so anyway, so I realized I pulled the paper off the locker once I realized it was my locker. And then I tried to go, it's one of those combination locks or whatever that has the number on it. And I say all that to say, but they didn't have the little small hands, that tells you, let's say like, it has 0 up there, and then it has, you have to go to the line that says 2, 3, or 4. It didn't have those lines up there like they normally do. It just had the main numbers, so none of the small lines on it. So I was trying to figure out how to get into this combination, into this locker. I was like, oh my God. And the first thing I thought about was I heard one bell ring in school. And the first thing I thought to myself was, oh my God, am I gonna be late getting to class? Because I was worried about, was I gonna be late getting to class? And then so after I heard the first bell, I'm trying to get into the locker. I turned it around, trying to figure it out. And I didn't see how to get in it, and I couldn't get in it. And then it just switched scenes for me. So as it switched from that scene, me being at the locker, it showed up that my teacher, who I was just explaining to you guys about, she showed up in my dream. And the first thing she told me was, she said, hey, Sonia, she was like, what if I told you that all you had to do was just, she wasn't really specific, but I kind of knew what she was saying. She said, what if I tell you that all you had to do was just do this? And she told me that all I had to do was to do, out of nature. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, so she told me, she said, well, what if I told you all you had to do was just do what you really like to do? And I kind of thought about what she said, and I was like, and I thought about it for a minute. And then it wasn't registering at first, and then it started registering to me. And she was like, well, what if I told you? And she said it again, well, what if I told you that this is all that you, if what if I told you that this is what you had to do in order to basically find happiness, in a sense? So I say all that to say that was the end of the dream. I say all that to say, Spirit is basically, thank you, Spirit. Spirit is basically letting you know, I don't know if you heard that noise, but Spirit is basically coming to the point, because I feel like Divine Spirit Light has probably spoken, has spoken to some of you. Some of you may understand the messages, and some of you may not understand the messages or what's being given. But basically, the school locker represents, if you think about a locker represents the fact of you put valuable things inside the locker, and you store books, you store your notebooks, your book bag, your coat, even if you wanted to, things that you possess that you want to keep safe, you usually put those into the locker. So I say all that to say, hold on, y'all. So I say all that to say that okay, so I say all that to say that with the locker, again, you put your valuables in there to keep them safe throughout the day. So that was just letting me know, because I couldn't get into the locker at the time, that was just letting me know. But during the time of the dream, the first thing I thought to myself was, I'm trying to get into these, well, actually, when I woke up from the dream, the first thing came to my mind was, my spiritual gifts are inside this locker. And when she showed up into the dream, as it switched scenes, so from going to inside the school in the hallway where the lockers were, we switched to the outside. Her and I was talking. So when she asked me, well, what is it that what if I told you that all you had to do is pretty much just do what you love, and and basically it came to me that Spirit was trying to say that if some of you guys are trying to figure out a way how to unlock your spiritual gifts, and you want that locker door to open up, should I say, thank you, Spirit, and basically you want that locker door to open up, it's almost like the key to doing that is doing what you love. You have to figure out what you do, what you love, because the first thing I said to her in the dream, actually I forgot about this part, the first thing I said to her in the dream was when she asked me, well, what is it that you love to do? And I told her, I said, I love being outside in nature, and I like to go on walks, is what I said. So that's when she said, well, what if I told you, if that's what you had to do in order to basically open up that locker for your spiritual gifts? That's what she was trying to, that was the message she was trying to give me. So if some of you guys are looking to try to unlock your spiritual gifts, and you want to open up to your spiritual gifts, you have to, the key is to do what you love. Like for me, it's walking, it's in nature, and I do those things that I love, should I say. So that's and for everybody else it's going to be different. But I will say this, because Spirit is giving me this information to let you guys know. Being out in nature is so important. The reason why I say that is, and I'm not trying to push me being out in nature, allows you to spiritually cleanse yourself. So going on trails and just being amongst the trees. If you think about the trees and everything that's out in nature, it's almost like you spiritually cleansing yourself. So I know some of you guys are busy at work, and I know that you're busy doing this and you're busy doing that, but the key is being consistent. I said this before, the key is being consistent with whatever it is you're doing. And like I said, God wants to know if you're going to be faithful in the midst of him giving you something. So it's not like, once he sees you being faithful, that's when you're going to start to see your gifts start to open up, because you're showing God, or you're taking the time for yourself, and you're taking the time away from doing what I'm hearing Spirit say is doing what it is that you normally used to doing. And whether that be work all the time, or just taking a moment out, taking a break out and having fun. Remember I said the carnival showed up too. And for some, it's a matter of needing to have a little bit of fun. You know, fun can be whatever you make it. Thank you, Spirit. Fun can be whatever you make it. You know, whatever it is that you like to do. Yeah, whatever it is that you like to do. So, you know, take it how it resonates. But, those were the end of the messages. Oh, actually, there was one more message too. And I did have a dream too about a resort too. Actually, let me give you this meaning of this locker too. Okay, so it says, this is for locker, the symbolism of locker. It says to see or to use a locker in your dream signifies aspects of yourself which you have kept hidden inside. So consider what items and belongings are inside the locker. Particularly dream of school lockers, denotes hidden feelings, knowledge, and attitude that you need to learn and or acknowledge something. So that can be one way to look at it. But what came up for me is just like people's spiritual gifts was inside the locker. So in case any of you guys was trying to figure out how to unlock that, that was the message that came to me. I just figured I would give you the locker symbolism so you'll know. Let me do this resort real quick. Okay, so resorts, it says to dream of a resort represents your mindset being totally focused of having every single little thing done for you. It may also reflect a situation where someone is going out of their way to make sure you always feel good, not having to do anything for yourself. So I can't give you the details on what the resort was. I just remember I just woke up thinking, you know, resort or whatever the case may be. So anyway, let me go ahead and pull these messages real quick so we can go ahead and end this message. What message do you have for the collective? What message do you have for the collective? What message that is a pure white light and pure British love only that you have for the collective that you want them to know? Body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, and or exercise training. Let me read the card real quick. Body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. You drew this card as an encouragement to involve yourself in body work to heal yourself and others. Receiving and giving massages and other forms of physical care is at the center of your life purpose. It appears that you have healing hands and have naturally been drawn to the healing arts for some time. This card is validation that this is a fulfilling path for you to go on. The challenge is for you to take excellent care of your own body as you find avenues to provide care for others. You're naturally a giver, and that includes sending healing energy to your clients and loved ones. Be sure to include yourself in the mix and take time to exercise, massage, and receive treatments as well. Your encouragement to take classes that mirror your natural interests or variations, healing modalities, taking the esoteric approach to body work will ensure that these interests stay keen at high level, excuse me. So for those of you who, in case you guys don't know, as I said before, I am a Reiki practitioner and a Reiki teacher. You know, there's some plaques up on the wall. There's some over here too, but you can't see those. But anyway, so for those of you guys who are in need of body work, for those, and just so you guys understand, thank you, Spirit, just so you guys understand, for those of you who do not like that, you know, stuff like acupuncture, you know, because that's almost like a form of body work too. Like anything that's penetrating into the skin or whatever the case may be, or the tough, deep tissue massages that I some people don't like. Some people do like it. I enjoy it. You know, with me being a energy healer myself, there's times that I have to go get massages too. So with all that being said, if you guys are looking for, you know, if you're looking for any energy healing, you know, again, I am an energy healer as well too. So, but I'll always definitely say, just keep in mind, follow your intuition and follow your gut feeling, you know, whether you decide to go with me or to go with somebody else. Yeah, just feel people out. Thank you, Spirit. Just feel people out. That's all I can say. So with that being said, Spirit has spoken. Anyway, let me pull these other cards real quick. So yeah, I know sometimes people don't like the rough treatment that massages give. Me, on the other hand, I enjoy it. Oh, let me share these cards with you, because these came out as I was shuffling. I felt like they were important. But the first card that came out is ego. I'm still going to shuffle it. I'm just letting you know. It says the illusions of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. And the second one came out is balance. And balance is coming up because it's trying to say it shouldn't be getting, you know, there's a balance to everything. Take everyone's input into consideration, merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. And this last one was Tens of Winter. The resolution of difficulties. Sorry, y'all. The resolutions of difficulties, a weight is lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. And I'm actually going to read this one. And you notice the phone rung as I pulled that one out. So that's a confirmation, y'all. For those of you who are struggling with addictions or codependency. I see the winter time is on this card, so I can't say if this winter, when you feel like that burden is going to lift up off your shoulder. Ten of Winters. Bear with me, y'all, because this book is... Ten of Winters. It says, it's time to walk or to run away. The situation no longer serves you, and it is merely holding you back. Sometimes endings are sad, and sometimes they're a relief. Change can be stressful and intimidating, but trust that this is a healthy and necessary one. Drawing this card means that you have probably known for some time that you need to move on, but you've been unable or unwilling to cut ties. Let go and set off on a journey towards a happier tomorrow. Set new goals for yourself. Make this a fresh beginning. Focus on the future, not on the past. A fairy is leaving the challenging lands of winter for a warmer destination. Soon her troubles will be over. So, I'm not going to even talk about what that means. You know what you guys been told to let go of. Anyway, I'm going to shuffle these cards on site, but those cards flew out early when I was shuffling the cards, so I feel like Spirit was telling me to take them, so because it was an important message for you guys to hear. And I know sometimes letting go isn't easy, but trust me, when you do let go, sometimes you feel so much freer. And some of you guys are going to be saying to yourself, shit, why didn't I do this sooner? God, Spirit, what message do you have? These cards are so thick, y'all. They're really thick. My hands are really small. Spirit light, what message do you have for collective? What message do you have for collective? Do you have for the collective? Four of Summer and the Chariot card. Hold on, I'll read them in a minute. Excuse me. Summer, 3, 4. Okay, so Four of Summer. Can y'all see that? Anyways, daily life can be full of hectic activities. You can grow distracted and not notice opportunities that are being offered to you. You may become so focused on what you don't have that you completely discount the gifts that you have been given. It's very important to spend time in nature. I just said that. Didn't I just say that? It's very important to spend time in nature, to take time to quiet your mind and your heart. When doing so, you can ask God, the angels, and the fairies for messages about what opportunities are around you that you may not be seeing. Heaven is always offering you magical presents, but you have to be open to experience these gifts. A fairy standard in a prayer-like pose, clearly worrying over what she feels. Worrying over what she feels she has lost. Meanwhile, wonderful new opportunities begin for her to take notice of them. So, okay, and additional meaning for this card, it says taking someone or something for granted, the power of meditation, a lack of motivation, not seeing the forest for the trees, and daydreaming. So, Spirit has spoke. I just said that. I said being out in nature. And 777 is the Chariot card. Notice means get moving. Oh, I'm sorry. It says success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. And this is applying to some of you. For those of you who have been working on your endeavors, you have done great work so far. However, you undoubtedly still have many priorities that you are balancing at this time. Lord knows. Whew. You may be called upon to keep control of more than one driving force at a time. Stay centered, strong, and determined. Remain steadfast in your sense of purpose and don't allow other influence to steer you off your course. You can accomplish far more than you realize. It's your moment to step into the spotlight. Drawing attention to yourself or your work can sometimes feel awkward, but it is absolutely essential at this time. Being genuine and optimism is in your interest with people and the public, and your excitement for your goals will shine through and your confidence will increase. Your chariot leads to a team of 2 dragonflies. These magical creatures have the ability to go in any direction and in amazing speed. The fact that our chariots is able to keep the dragonflies under control and headed in the right direction is a testament to her determination and her skills. An additional meaning means self-control, victory, celebrating what you have achieved, accomplishing your dreams, modes of transportation, and work-related travel. So this one is applying to me too, because I just said, as I was talking about the card about body work, you know, for those of you who are in need of body work. So make no mistake, we all need body work. And the reason why we need body work is, as I said before, because when I mentioned that at the carnival, I didn't want to go in the dream because I knew that my energy would intermix with other people's energy, and I wanted to keep my energetic field clean and clear of other people's energy. And the reason why I say that is because when our energies are mixed in with other people, it's like it makes it hard for us to discern what's ours and what's somebody else's. Because when you're an empath, as I said before, if you guys don't understand, if you're an empath, you pick up, you feel different things. And sometimes if you're not aware, you thinking it's your energy when it's really somebody else's energy. That's why it's so important to constantly keep your energetic field cleared. And usually body work helps that, because it helps to bring in more positive. It helps bring in more positive life force energy into your body, as one does Reiki. I can speak for myself because I do Reiki. So for those who, do Reiki, it's like we channel, we channel life force energy from the divine spirit of light. And we channel it into our bodies, and therefore with us placing our hands, or whether we just hovering our hands over the individual, parts of other people's bodies, it's like it's almost like what I said the other day, being an intercessor for prayer. In other words, like, I'm not saying that you're not connected to source, but because I channel energy from source, life force energy, positive life force energy, it comes through me, and then through me I transfer it to you, in other words, and that helps to clear out your energetic field from other people. It's think of a little dustpan and a little broom, and somebody just kind of going around you and just sweeping around your aura field. We all have layers of protection of our aura fields, and it just depends on, as I said before, when we're around a lot of people on a continuous basis, our energy fields are, so if we feeling overwhelmed and we feeling stressed out and we feeling like, oh my God, I got to keep working, and you really trying to slow yourself down, well, you get back in the habit, because I know this happened to me along the journey too, and I had to, okay, Sonia, pull it back. That's not my energy. That's somebody else's energy. So I say all that to say, constantly having your energetic field clear on a regular basis, will also allow you to be able to, step a little further onto your path, should I say, because you're able to move without having somebody else's energy intertwined with yours, if that makes sense. Trying to explain it in the best possible way and form that I can so that you understand it. But anyway, so again, if you are someone who has like a lot of negative energy that's around you, whether it's work, whether it's other people, and so on, and you do want to clear that out and bring more life, more positive light force energy, thank you, Spirit, and want to bring in more life force, sidetracked by the notification, and you want to bring in more positive life force energy into your energetic field, just let me know. You can check the description box below. I am always taking appointments, and keep in mind too, just understand that Reiki will open you up if and when you are ready. It will open you up to ascend on your healing path. But just keep in mind also too, it's gonna bring up, if you're someone who wanting to, okay, thank you, Spirit. If you're someone who not quite sure of, you're ready to do the healing work, but you're not quite sure of how to get started, let me just say this: Reiki definitely opens people up, and it opens you up to the point of, if you got any shadow stuff that's buried deep down, let's just say in your heart, and that's been built up from lifetime after lifetime, if it's buried deep down in there, let's just say that Reiki is going to bring that up to the surface. So when you're ready and you're willing to deal with that, just know it's going to bring it up for healing, because the truth of the matter is, even if somebody decided that they wanted to do Reiki period, or thank you Spirit, or wanted to be a, you know, Reiki teacher, or just do Reiki period on others, it's almost like you have to heal yourself first before you can actually heal somebody else. As the card said, you know, you have to make sure that you give to yourself first, you know, and before you give to others. In other words, you can't pour from an empty cup if you don't have anything in your cup to give. So I say all that to say that when you guys are ready and willing to do the healing work, just know again that I am a Reiki teacher. I am a Reiki provider as well too. I will be teaching Reiki courses. I don't know when yet, but you know, somebody's looking for a private session, that's something different. But if somebody's looking more so for a group session, I'm not doing that as of right now. But meanwhile, I do personal Reiki sessions or whatever for those people who are looking to heal and cleanse their energetic field and bring in more positive life force energy into their energetic field as well as their bodies as well too. Anyway, that helps your mind, body, soul, and spirit, and it helps ground you, and it helps. And what Spirit is around me to say is that if you guys are someone who's constantly going, doing, and you really need to relax, and you really want to get connected to God, Reiki is the place to go. And I say that to say because, again, Reiki brings in that life force energy. Life force energy is that chi energy, that's divine spirit of light's energy, and it's positive. And not only that it's positive, but you know, once it's coming into your body, it's almost like it's doing a spiritual cleansing inside your body, not only around your body, but inside your body as well too. So in other words, Reiki works from the inside out. So in other words, it's almost like it goes in there. And again, this does not mean it's a one-day healing session or whatever the case may be. Sometimes people got so much stuff that's built up from lifetime after lifetime, and even in this lifetime, that may need several healing sessions or whatever the case may be in order to help clear up and bring stuff to the surface. Because, you know, some of us have. And I know at one point in time, there was a point in time, once upon a time, where I had stuff that was buried deep down inside too. But God was like, nope. It's like He allowed me to see my path, but He wasn't allowing me to actively work on my path because I needed to heal my stuff first before actually working on other people, should I say. So again, it goes to say that you can't heal somebody else until you heal yourself first. But anyway, with all that being said, I hope that information was helpful for you guys. So whether you guys do a massage, or whether you guys do a Reiki healing energy session, or whether you guys do whatever body work that you do, it's important to do it, because definitely you need that life force energy to, you know, clear out any stagnant energy that may be in your body that may be lying dormant. So for some of you guys who are feeling stuck, that also helps you to get unstuck too. And as I've been talking about before with the chakra systems, you know, that also helps to clear up your chakras. That also gives you enlightenment. To see things from a different and a more higher perspective, if that makes sense to you. Anyway, so with all that being said, I'm ending it there. I wish you all much love, much light. Until the next prophetic message, I say peace and blessings. Bye.